I was working in Michigan Avenue then when I met my wife, first wife.
What's her name?
And she was working on the Palmolive building. You know where it is. Next, across the street from the hotel there.
Where? Michigan?
Her name was Adeline Ottolino. And she was secretary of the Palmolive something over there. She used to work as a secretary.
Really?
And I used to work in a restaurant over there.
As a cook?
No.
In the Hilton, no?
No. The name of the restaurant was, well, it was 1900, no, 900, North Michigan, across the street from the Palmolive building. And she used to come over there to eat, so I met her over there. So we went dancing for the first year, and then she wanted to get married, and we got married, and we lived for, I was 22 years old then.
You were 22 when you got married?
Yeah. And I lived with her until I was 27. Then we got divorced because she wanted to go dancing and all that. I was working nights.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah. And she found somebody else and got married because she never got pregnant with me. And with the other guy, she had a kid and married that other guy.
Really?
And when that happened, this was 5 years later, I was working in 720 North Michigan. And that's when I met Audrey over there.
At Northwestern Hospital?
No, it was 720 North Michigan.
Oh, that's the water tower place. Oh, no, that's Chicago and Michigan.
That was doctor hospital, doctor office over there. And she went to see the doctor over there. And she said, oh, you're Puerto Rican. I went to Puerto Rico. I know all about the Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Audrey
told me.
What were you doing there?
He said, I live on Edgewater Hospital. I'm a nurse. Come around and we have a game of cars and stuff like that. So I went around there. I used to live on 720 North Westbury.
Really?
And Demetri used to live there too, in a room.
Really?
We used to cook inside the room.
The hotel room?
Because Marcelino used to make the rice on top of the heater.
Who's Marcelino?
And the room was $10 a week. It was real cheap in those days.
$40 a month.
We only used to make $2 an hour, and was not enough.
$2 a day.
$2 an hour. 8 hours, $16 a day. Over here, when we were here cutting sugar cane, we only had to make 35 cents an hour.
Wow.
Making $1 an hour over there was a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
And
So you
when
met
I was
Audrey.
when I was over here, I was 18 years old. I used to make gloves and handkerchiefs and all that. My mother used to bring the work in the house. So I learned how to make all the things to make money. So when I left the house over here, I had $7 in the bank. $700.
Oh, 700.
Yeah. So I bought the ticket and I went to New York.
Avion and the plane?
That was day I left over here was day 3 of September. That's the hurricane season.
By yourself or with the
And I went to San Juan. I stayed with Pini, my cousin, in Santurce. Allá he took me to the hotel to see everything around there in San Juan that night. And in the morning he took me to the airport. And when the plane took over there, I wish I never got in the plane because we couldn't see nothing.
No.
With like a hurricane, the plane went down by 1,000 feet down like that.
Wow.
I nearly hit the ceiling. Oh boy, we're gonna swim in the sea over here. Oh God! But thank God, about an hour or 40 minutes later, it stopped raining. We left the bad weather back. And we took 8 hours.
What year was this?
That was 1951. 1951. I was about 4 months, I'll be 19 years old. I was 18. So I got to New York airport. I don't remember it was LaGuardia or what.
Kennedy.
Or Kennedy.
Oh, back then it wasn't Kennedy.
So when I went outside with the suitcase, I asked a guy, Spanish guy, to give me a ride to the Greyhound because I didn't know what it was. He said, well, we'll take you over there because your brother didn't show up. One used to live in New York for 4 years.
He didn't pick you up?
I said, he didn't pick me up or nothing. He didn't got a car. He didn't know how to drive them. So when I went, he took me to Greyhound. They said, where you going? You're going to Chicago. I won the ticket to Chicago in the Greyhound.
Why Chicago?
We won't give you a ticket to Chicago straight from here, but in Cleveland, when you change the bus over there, you have to get another ticket. So I got the ticket to Cleveland. In Cleveland, because we had another stop from Philadelphia and all that pickup passenger. In Cleveland, I met another guy that spoke Spanish that sit next to me. Oh, you speak Spanish? Yeah, I don't speak English at all.
You?
I only know how to say sandwich. when he said, "Oh, I'll order food for you because I speak the language. I'm going to Chicago." He got on in Cleveland. So I was glad because from Cleveland to Chicago, I speak Spanish to him all that way. He sat with me. He said, "It's okay. You pay me the food too, and I order for you." I had $700 in my pocket. In those days, it was a lot of money. And when we got to Chicago, I told him, my brother had got to pick me up, but he's not here. We take the taxi to this address. I was close to the Greyhound station over there on Dearborn Street.
Clinton?
Yeah. He used to live with another guy that him and the other guy went together from here to Chicago in a plane. They didn't take the bus or nothing.
Who?
Demetrio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they flew from here to Miami, and Miami flew from Miami to Chicago in a plane. He didn't have to take no buses. So I was in the bus 48 hours from New York to Chicago. Dimitri was not there either, so me and this other guy took a taxi and he spoke English and he gave me the address over there on the hotel. So I paid for him too, and he said to lend him $20 and he'll pay me. He never paid me. I gave him the $20, he never came back. And I lost the suitcase in the Greyhound because 2 months later, that's when I got the suitcase with no clothes or nothing. I arrived there with no social security, no clothes, nothing.
Wow.
So I took the hotel, and the hotel was 2 more guys living there. So we used to play cards and dice and all that with the little money we had. And we used to cook in the heater because it was getting colder in September. They said, "It's not cold over here. It's only 40 degrees or something." So I liked it because I only went with the sweater until about 2 or 3 months till I got the Social Security, not the Social Security over there. They gave it to me. I told the girl I had Social Security, but I lost it in the Greyhound. So the girl in the office, Social Security office, she said, "It's okay. We eliminate your Social Security and we're going to give you a new one." So I got the new Social Security 3 days later. So with that Social Security, I went to the Hilton and find a job. We find a job in the kitchen, cleaning dishes and cleaning cuchara and stuff like that. Table, and cleaning table. I said, "Tommy, your boss is from Argentina and he speaks Spanish and he's gonna teach you a little English so you could get a better job." So you're gonna work in a coffee shop and the ice cream and make salad and all that for the waitress. So 2 months later, I start working serving ice cream and serving coffee for the waitress and all that.
Oh, wow.
So in the end of the night, they'll give me a quarter each
Tip?
a tip, yeah, each guy, because we only work $1 an hour.
Oh.
But they give us the food, the clothing, working clothes, and the shoes and everything.
Oh, that's good.
And in the end of the night, we saw the show. That's French Boulevard show, and they had a big room over there, so they served the food there. Well, the kitchen was big because they had a Negro over there and other workers working the machine to clean the dishes and all that. So in the end of the night, the waitress came and told me, you did a good job. You have to speak more English. The guy, the boss, the guy from Argentina told me, you better start learning more English. I'm going to give you this book, English and Spanish, so you could learn the house.
Huh.
So if you got time when you're not working, go to school and learn English. So I did that. In the meantime, I didn't go to school, so because we used to have those 3 hours playing card dice and all that. was like 6 or 7 guys in the place playing dice. And they say, don't go to Hostel Street because it's a bad street over there. The cowboys over there. That's how they say cowboys. The cowboys were the Mexicans.
Oh.
Was a lot of Mexicans live around there, and they don't have no work and they hold you up. And they got a lot of niggers over there. They hold you up too. Don't go out on those places over there. Stay in the hotel. One night when I got off from work, a nigger run after me, hold me up. So I run to the hotel before he could get me. He says, stop, 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 stop. I kept running. So I got to the hotel, and he never came back to hold me up that night or the other nights because he couldn't get me. So I worked over there for 2 years. In 2 years, I went to French restaurant. That's the name of the restaurant in Michigan, French restaurant. So I worked with a French guy who used to speak Spanish. I said, you can't work with like a waiter because you don't know very good English. You speak English, but you don't know very good. You stay cleaning the tables and putting like a busboy.
Busboy, yeah.
Yeah, but you have the food over here. You have the clothes and you have the tie. It's a black tie, and you have to work with the uniform when you work inside the restaurant over there where the food is served. So I worked over there for about a year and a half. In 1957, when Castro was hitting the island, Cuban.
Oh, I remember you were telling me that the French guy went to open a restaurant or something. Or the Argentinian
No, before that, I fell down from the step ladder. He told me, take that wooden step ladder, and the ceiling is high, be careful, and put the ball light on it. When I got to the top, the step ladder broke and I fell down. That's when I broke my arm.
Oh, that time?
Yeah. 3 months later, he sold the restaurant. I went to Cuba in '57.
And he told you to go too?
Now that I spoke better English, I used to go to the club on Broadway Street to dance. I used to dance with Adeline. Adeline got married when I was 22. So in '57, he sold the restaurant, and I got off from there because it was other owner didn't speak Spanish. But this French guy told me to go with him to Cuba. I said, I just came from Puerto Rico. I go to Cuba, it's the same thing. So I'm going to stay over here. So he sold the restaurant and left in '58. Castro took over and he lost the restaurant and everything. I never knew about it, what he did with it. But Castro took everything in La Habana. He used to have a restaurant over there. He bought it. So I never know what happened to Mr. I knew a name, but now I can't remember. But because he spoke French, English, and Spanish, and he had to get over there to read the hand. And girl told me, I'm gonna read your hand. No, I don't want reading my future. Just read somebody else and take the money. It's only $5. No, I don't want it.
Let me make an adjustment. Alright, that's better right there.
Oh, it's warm. So when the French guy...
You want me to hold that for you?
He left the...
Put it a little more down. Hold it with this hand. Around here. There you go. Hold it right there.
When he sold the restaurant, I went to work in 720 North Michigan. That's when I met Audrey. I was married then with Audrey. I knew Audrey. I used to take her out. Even I was married with Adeline.
You were still married?
I was still married. I used to take Audrey out. Because I had a car since I was 21. I got license. I had a car too.
So what?
And the first car I bought, I gave it to Dimitri. Dimitri got that car and he used it for 3 more years. I remember I sold that car to him for $400. It was a 1947 Ford. And the car was really good because it was a dealer on Broadway. That's what I bought it.
Okay.
I drove that car for 2 years. For that car, I teach Johnny, my brother, went to see us. And I taught Johnny how to drive and got his license too.
Really?
I got Demetrius' license in my name, in his name. He gave me his paper because in those days was license with no picture.
Oh, just the information.
And I used to give license to Maria's brother and all those because they gave me the paper and the social security number and all that. And I passed like he was driving.
Uh-huh.
So I took him, all those guys, the license. I used to charge them $25 if I got the license. One time I failed the test and I went the other day and I passed it again. Because the guy he thought I was Mexican, so I had to pay him to give me the license.
Oh, yeah.
I say, I'm not going to pay you because I get paid to get somebody the license and you me colgaste y vengo mañana otra vez. Porque tenía tres chances de pasar el test. And I have passed the test all the time I went. So I quit getting license because then they wanted a picture in the license. So I can't give you another because they want your picture. And I don't look like you. But by that time, when Demetrio renewed his license, he got the license with a picture. But renewing the license didn't have to give no test or nothing. They just gave you the license in exchange with a picture on it. You just gotta go in there and get the license.
Okay.
When I was teaching Johnny how to drive, he got close to another car and he hit him. I said, don't worry about Johnny. I talked to him. Nothing happened. You didn't hit it hard. So give me $10. I'll give him the $10 and let him go. Don't call the police because you don't have no license. And don't worry about it. I'll get you the license tomorrow and you have a license to drive. You could drive with this license in New York. And after 3 months, you will change it for New York license with your picture on it. Then it was to be a picture after 3 months from now. Then I got divorced at Adeline because she used to go out with another girl to dance, and she met another Puerto Rican there and got married.
Really? But you were going out with Audrey already anyways.
Audrey got married because I was married. Then I had to get a divorce to marry her. So I got divorced and I lost the job because she wanted money. If I quit the work where I was working, she couldn't get no money. The lawyer sent me a card that I had to go on court because your wife wants alimony.
Oh.
And I had a new 1959 Ford Fairline 500. I said, you could have the car And if you need money, you can sell the car and pay the rent, whatever you need. And you won't suffer anything. In those days, his brother died of heart attack.
Wow.
Because he was in the army and he came out of the army. And it was okay. She got divorced and married the other guy, and she didn't bother me, but I always lost the job. They didn't want me in the job anymore because I didn't say I lost the job or was sick or something. In those days, I had a hernia. I don't know how I had a hernia because I had a hernia from here.
Really?
Lifting sacks of I lifting here sacks of
hay or sacks of flour, sacks of rice.
Sacks. There were 200 pounds of alimento para la caña.
Sugar.
Sacks of
ground. Fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
Oh.
Fertilizer.
Uh-huh.
Then I had a hernia. I couldn't work anymore. So I had to have an operation of the hernia because in the job I had over there on downtown, I don't remember the street name, Walker Street. I used to work over there at nighttime. I said, Tommy, we couldn't have any more because I had a hernia. I had to get operated. So I told Audrey, they don't want me in the job anymore because I had a hernia. I get operation. So I got an operation for the hernia. And in those days, until the operation healed up and all that, we went to Mexico. All the other nurse and me went to Mexico in a car. So we were 2 months. When I came back, I couldn't find a job because I was not healing good yet from the operation. So I started driving a cab. Because driving a cab, you don't have to lift anything, just sitting down. So I started driving a cab for 30 years until I came back again. Here, that's all.
No, that's too short.
Too short.
Yeah.
Then
you stopped.
Then Audrey got alcoholic after 15 years old.
You got married to Audrey. So then you moved to England. Didn't you move to England for a little while?
I was in England for a little while because I was in England about 10 times. We used to go there every year.
Oh, really?
And we divorced because she had alcoholic. Took Audrey to alcoholic and her money. And she said, that's not for me because I didn't piss in the bed or nothing like that. So she used to got aggravated. She got a pressure removed from cancer.
Uh-huh.
Then she went like crazy and she started on me that I didn't have a baby or nothing. And she used to take a scissor and she said she was going to kill me.
Really?
Now I couldn't sleep because if I was asleep and this crazy girl in the house, and I had to move out of the house, and the police told me you had to get out because she's going to kill you. She's alcoholic.
How old was Astrid at this point?
Asher was 9 years old.
Oh, really?
It's okay because we got the house now for 5 years. She could have the house. She's still working like that, alcoholic.
Well, let's rewind a little bit. Rewind to when you bought the house. How did you decide to buy the house on Thorndale?
Oh, because they raised the rent there on Bryn Mawr. We had the first floor for ourselves and a kid. It was a good house with $44,000. And we got the house for $34,000. We only could pay $34,000, me and Audrey, because that's the only money we got. And we put $20,000 down, and before we bought the house, we got a house in England, and we paid cash for the house in England. We had no cash. The cash we had was only $20,000. And we bought the house from another friend of her. We got $10,000 and we collect $20,000 put down for the house.
So you borrowed money?
Well, yeah, we bought the house. We used to pay a month like $300 a month. From the house, we pay for a month like $300, and then we pay a year like $1,200 a year from taxes for the house, and those are repairs and all that I did.
So how was Astrid as a little baby?
Astrid was good. Used to take Astrid out for a ride and all that. Used to take her skating, took her everywhere. That's why she likes me so much, because I took her out when she was a kid. I used to skate with her.
Really?
Yeah, roller skating. Then we got a divorce to Audrey. I had to move out of the house. And we lived in the metro about 9 months. Then I met.
You lived with the metro for 9 months?
I met your mother. We used to go over there after work and see her. She didn't work or nothing, and she worked with Cuban guy in the store in Milwaukee Avenue, selling clothes.
That's where you met her? I thought you met her at a pachanga.
I met her
At a party, no?
in a party.
Que te invitó Demetrio.
That me invitó Demetrio over there to go over there because somebody was getting married. So I met your mother over there. We went out for a year, then we got married. She wanted a kid, and she used to take pills to get pregnant.
Really?
She wanted a baby. So you don't take no pill. You could have 5 kids with those pills you take. And I can give you pregnant because I had 2 wives, but the 2 wives didn't get pregnant. And you're no different. So I'm gonna get pregnant. I don't know how she got pregnant, but she did. And we lived.
Well, you said it was.
And when she got pregnant, I used to live on Gideon Street, the other street. How was it? I said, you have to move out because we don't want no. And we moved to Gideon Street. In Gideon Street, you was born. We moved over there before you was born. That was in 1981, right? 80.
And born in 81.
Then he was born in 81. Then she used to go and I gave her a car. And she didn't want the car anymore. I don't know what happened. Because she used to go to school and go to the beach with all these school guys and girls. She used to put them in the car, and I don't know what happened. She didn't want no more the car. And a cousin of him came from Mexico and ruined the car.
Really?
And he left the car open one time, and the guy that wanted to steal the car took all the wires out.
Uh-oh.
Then I gave the car to Jay,
Yeah.
Luis's husband.
Uh-huh.
I said, I don't want that car anymore because Vicky doesn't want it either. So you take it because the taxi I got, I take it home and I do all this shopping in the taxi and all that.
Yeah.
Then we meet, what was his name? The Mexican? Mary over there with Ana Mary.
Andres.
And we met Andres and he helped us to move from Damon Street to Walcott Street. From Walcott Street we moved to the hotel over there. What was that?
Hotel.
Yeah, live in the hotel.
Which one?
$335 a month.
Really?
Yeah, then I couldn't work anymore.
Oh,
That's
you're
why-
talking about Kimball.
That's, yeah, Kimball Hotel. That's when I quit working because I couldn't work anymore because of bleeding. Now,
Talk to me about that.
and I helped, and
Talk to me about the bleeding.
I fell in the tub because for 10 years I was bleeding
From where?
from the duodenum.
From the stomach?
Yeah. And I couldn't work anymore because I didn't know what working. I was bleeding. I didn't know I could pass out. Then they had no more money because I was not working. Then a taxi took us to the city hospital. Was it Cook County Hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Took that to Cook County Hospital. I was there 28 days.
In a row.
And one time they took me downstairs to the office to check me out. And the doctor said, we couldn't get you pressure. Can you stand up? I said, I'll try to stand up, but I'm weak. They didn't give me no blood yet, and I'm bleeding. It's when I got out of the bed, the same with Will. And when I tried to stand up, I fell down his feet,
Wow.
dead. With no blood going to my head.
Wow.
I don't know. When I woke up, I said to the doctor, how come I fell down? Why?
What happened?
Oh, you fell down because with no blood going in your head. You had no blood.
Wow.
Next day, he ordered a blood for me. I had 12 transmissions of blood,
Really?
all in a row. Then your mother went.
So you spent a lot of money in the hospital.
Your mother went to over there where I got the car, and all those things that he used to give me. As he went to Puerto Rico and he didn't get the check to pay the rent or nothing. So I wonder,
You went to Puerto Rico?
how come I didn't get the money to pay the rent and all that? Because your wife came in and told us that you went to Puerto Rico. I said, I didn't go to Puerto Rico yet. But I have to go because I don't have no money to pay rent. And she stopped me all the pain. Oh, you could sign up again. We give you the car and the money. I said, I don't want no car, no money, because you took me out of this because my wife came and said I went to Puerto Rico. I didn't go to Puerto Rico yet. So I left her. I don't need your help or nothing. I'm going to Puerto Rico now for sure because I don't have no money to pay the rent. I'm not drunk to live in a bridge because I can pay rent. So a week later, I came in with the money Astrid gave me because she stole all the money I had.
Tell me about that. What happened there?
I had money in the bank. I said to Astrid, I got this $5,000 I'm going to keep because I can't have no money in the bank because they asked me if I got money in the bank or something. I'm going to Puerto Rico anyway, so you could have this money, $8,000, and you could save it for me. You don't put it in the bank. And when I went to get the money, Astrid, she had to spend all the money with Scott. She gave Scott $5,000 and she took the rest and spent it.
I remember that was the first day I saw you crying. You started crying. You went to Scott's house.
I said to you, where did he live? Scott live. He said, I know where he live, but we're going there and ask Astrid because Astrid is away from me. And she got the money. Astrid said, I got no money. I give the Scott $5,000. He's going to pay you back. He ain't going to pay me nothing. He's not working either. He bought a dirt motorcycle with the money and all that and spent all the money I don't know where, but $5,000 spent in 1 month, that's too much money. And Audrey said, well, you gave the money to us, that's what you get. You didn't give it to me. I gave you $3,000 because you asked me to lend you $3,000. Not me, she said. She wanted the money for drinking because she had lost the job already and she was on Social Security.
So that's the first time I saw you crying. You were crying that day.
Sure, because that's the only money I had to go around. I didn't have no money. And I was sick, I couldn't work. And that's it. I left the house. And when I came back to my sister's house, I got well because she told me the milk is the one that got you sick.
And no doctor could tell you that.
No doctor told me that. Yeah. And that's the end of it. I've been here 20 years, so now I never bleed again. Because I quit drinking the milk and the cheese and all that I used to have. And your mother used to cook with the cheese and all that stuff. Tacos and all that.
That's true. So now, talk to me about...
And in those days you fell down too. I had another problem with you.
Huh? I fell down?
You were 9 years old, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
9 years old. Then your mother went and live out of my Social Security because I was not working. I couldn't work. I was going to the hospital every day to check me out to see if I was bleeding or not, to make sure the milk, I didn't drink any milk. I see no milk in the fridge there. I see nothing that looks like milk in the fridge there for 20 years. I'm for 20 years now, I didn't bleed again.
So you never had cancer?
So I went to the...
You never had cancer?
No, I never had cancer. I went to the hospital only for the
gallbladder stone.
For the gallbladder stone from the stuff I used to drink for the acid, for acidez.
Pepsid AC.
Yeah, that used to give me the bloodstone. I never had a bloodstone since I quit the pills and all that. I was really pain. I had 7 bloodstones, and every time I had one, I had to go to the hospital. And I used to make a little money painting and doing things in the family because I couldn't work any other place because I wasn't in coupons to eat. And Julia used to have the coupons to buy the food because I lived with Julia for 3 years before I came over here and lived in this house. Because it took me 3 years to rebuild this house. Because I didn't have money to buy. It crashed when the terremoto comes and breaks it because there's not enough iron on it. It's still iron that you put down in the hole. You build the hole over there. You have to put wire down there so the thing won't go down.
The rods.
Rods, yeah. And they had no money to buy rods. I used to go in over there in the bridge over there and find rods over there to bring it here to use it for the rods to build the stuff I built. And when I used to have money, I used to buy the rods for the floor over here, because cement in there. The floor is cement there. In the ranch, in the garage, I didn't put no floor. But all the stuff out in the cement under there. I don't put no wood in the ground because of rats. It's all cement just about this high, and rats. And all the wood I bought for that, I had that little money I used to make. I used to send you for your birthday $50, I think it was, because that's all I had.
So talk to me about your time.
And I used to, Junior helped me a lot with the food, because he used to have animals. He used to give me work getting sugar cane, rabbits, and stuff like that for the animal. But one time he fell down in the sun over there, collecting rabbits for the animal. And he used to give me the food. He didn't give me no money, but he gave me the food.
That's good. He helped you out a lot.
He helped me out a lot. And he's glad I helped him too. Because he didn't give me no money, but he gave me the food. On Saturday and Sunday, I used to eat over there. I used to cook because his mother was sick. My sister.
Oh, talk to me about your family. How many brothers and sisters did you have?
My mother had 18.
Do you remember the names?
Right.
Well, who was the first one? The
The only name that I remember was Javier. The car killed him. Javier, and Marina and Cristina. The other ones I didn't know.
You did not know them?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Why?
Some died after birth because when I was a kid, was only 10 alive.
Really?
Well, there were 10 living in the house.
So
10 kids.
So 8 died?
I don't know how many died, but they all died. They all died from fever. Like this fever they got now, H1
N1
fever. They killed the kids and all
yeah?
that.
That was the polio or something.
In those days, was no shot to give them the kids.
You had that too, didn't you?
One time I was dizzy and I was cold. I don't know what I had, but my mother took me to the doctor and gave me a shot and I was okay.
Oh, okay. So what's the name of their brothers and sisters that you knew? The names.
When I was leaving, was the one that died at 55 of blood clot.
Who?
Alvita, America, Julia, Ovita was another one with the fiber.
And the boys?
There's Alvita, America, Julia, Ovita. Was another one. Oh, Anna. That's the five. I was 5. Where's the other one? Anna. That was the 5. The brother was Oscar, Louis, Dimitri, Johnny, and me, 5. That's the only ones that were alive. The other one died of bad cold because no shot to give him. And the mother took him to the hospital and called they got to them and they died.
Really?
Poor mother. Oscar was another one that she had to go through because the car nearly killed him because he was dead 14 days in the hospital without moving or nothing or talking.
Wow.
He was just bleeding, that's all. He didn't go back to school because he couldn't go to school because he got kind of crazy in the head from the golpe he had from the car.
Really?
Oscar. I lived with Oscar since I was a kid. He was only in third grade when the car hit him. I don't know, my father didn't teach these kids how to behave in the road. You just send them to school with no shoes or nothing, that's it. And he went to work in sugar cane and all that. It was a lot of work for him.
So who was your favorite brother? Meaning the brother or the sister that you
None
always
of
played
them,
with?
because all the work I
Wait,
did.
what was the answer? I didn't get it.
When I was 5 years old, I used to bring the water from the river. We have four, in the old house we have 4 drums and we had to fill it with that water. 6 o'clock in the morning, we used to get up and get water from the river. Because no pipes or nothing. Was not electricity or nothing. Was a radio battery. When the battery died out, was no radio. Was no bread. Was no cakes or nothing. Was no sweet. The only sweet we had when my mother made a coconut candy. My father used to give me 2 cents to buy some quenepas or mangoes or something. That's the only had when I went to school, and we had to walk.
So you never had a favorite brother?
And the kids you just had over there in La Tea, they used to walk from there to school over here because there was no school over there. They used to walk more. I used to walk with them sometimes. But they had a little bunch over there that came from there. They all together from school was out and they walked all the way over there. Took them an hour to get home. Walking. That's it.
So
who
did you talk to more? Who was your friend when you were young?
I was Cootie, was alive. I said, Tommy, don't go to school. Just play dice over here.
Who's that? One of your brothers?
I can play no dice. My father would kill me.
He used to whoop you, huh?
Whip me up. He took the shoes he had and put it in my face like that in the ground with the whip of those that doesn't crack up, whip me up, and my mother used to put Vaseline on it. Was no Vaseline. Was something that put in the cow for the milk. Cow something. It's the name of it. Put me in there to help me. And we went, sometime we got out from school, me and Cootie. I was at Rancho over there in the other place at the river. It was raining, and we had to wait until the river went down, so we crossed. So a mudo was there with us. And I don't know what Cootie did to the mudo, that me and him got off running. And he had a stone. And he threw the stone at us. And he hit me in the head. And I was bleeding. I came in the house. El mudo put some dirty stuff in there so I won't bleed anymore. I came in the house and my father had alcohol, and he put all the alcohol in me like that from the bottle. And my mother put something in there and cleaned him up, and took me to the hospital next day and said he'd be all right. He stopped bleeding.
So, ¿por qué te tranquearon?
I don't know, because el mudo threw the stone to Cootie and he hit me.
Why would your father whip you?
He didn't with me that time when I was bleeding.
No, but other times.
Oh,
Were you
because
travieso or something?
he used to work hard with sugar cane. The pig got lost or something, or broke the leash or something. He said, "You're not paying attention to the pigs, so we're gonna whip you up. If you run away from us, we take you when you go to bed."
Oh. So you got along more with your mother or with your father?
Neither of them. They both whipped me up.
Your mom used to love you.
Yeah, she used to teach me how to
Sew and everything.
she saw to make a little money or something. I used to sew a dozen sheet of handkerchief. She used to give me 5 cents.
Huh.
So I used to save 5 cents all the time. I saw 12 sheet of handkerchief. She used to get all the stuff from the factory.
Oh.
If I did it better, I have to sew it again and start doing it all over again.
So the metro.
How come I didn't get stuff that you put in the fingers so the needle won't go in your fingers? Because my fingers are hard, I won't go in, the needle won't go in. I used to sew gloves and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. For a dozen of gloves, I used to get 10 cents. For handkerchief, I used to get 5 cents.
Uh-huh.
For a loaf of bread, I used to go in the road. A guy used to come with the car, push the car with the bread. I said, "Give me a pound of bread." "How much is it?" 5 cents. With a pound of bread, all we had to eat, and a piece like that, only a piece of bread. Was very hard days, especially when I was born in 1931. It was a depression in 1931, 32, and 33.
Wow.
3 years depression. Was not even allowed to cook rice. My mother used to get some oil in town from this depression stores, and she used to take the oil and exchange it for lard, because she used to cook the rice with pork lard because it tastes better. And the oil didn't taste good because you used to cook with with a stick of bread, with a stick of
Butter.
wood.
Oh, wood.
We used to cook
Flaming.
with that. We used to had a big kitchen, and we used to have burns over there, 3 burns. One cooked the rice, the other cooked the habichuela, the other cooked the soup and things like that, and the meat.
So who used to change your Pampers when you were a baby? One of your sisters,
I don't remember because we didn't have no Pampers.
Oh, you had cloths.
We had something, but we don't have no Pampers.
But you said one of your sisters used to take care of you like a mother, right?
Oh yeah.
Yuya or Jovita or which?
The oldest one, Jovita.
Oh, really?
She used to take me to baptize me and all that.
Wow.
Then she got married, and
you got sad.
But America was home until she was 40 years old. And Bustillo that came from Chicago, she married him. And only lasted 2 months because
Who?
America.
Oh.
And that's why all these girls born in February, they're no good for wife.
Really?
They don't like no sex. Like your mother didn't like no sex, only to have babies.
Ah.
So why should I have sex? I don't want no more babies. Go and take the story from
Not now because he's
Demetrio.
sleeping, right?
Yeah, he's
You
sleeping.
used to go out with
Put the light on. How come we have no light here?
it's
There's
too hot with the light on.
9:30. He's up now. He's watching a ball game or something.
So you used to go out with Gloria and with Maria Luisa when they were younger
No, they were in Chicago.
in
They
Chicago,
was
right?
never here. The only one I went to bring some milk was Dimitri's wife that lived in New Town in San German. Tell this gallon of milk to the woman because they don't have no milk and she's pregnant. You go because these other guys don't know how to get there. And when Louis has to go down the river and bring him some milk too. Used to live in a house close to the river.
Mm-hmm. So you get along with your family fine,
Oh yeah.
or you fight a lot when you were
No,
young?
we don't fight. We never fight. We never say bad words or nothing. The minute you learn how to say bad words with this Piazza, Maria, and all those people that use bad words, and he learned from them. That's why he's always swearing, motherfucker, and this, that.
Hijo de la
Tito's a
puta.
motherfucker, a motherfucker, a motherfucker. We never hear that word in the house.
No.
No, not even one word of bad word. My mother used to pray in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night when we went to bed.
Good.
Only do it all the time when I go to bed, not in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you do the same thing, because I prayed every night when I go to bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do the same thing.
Make your own prayer.
Correct.
Not to go in the book to read nothing. And pray from the book. You just ask God to give you strength and thank God for the food and thank God for the good day and all that. And thank God for the woman, and thank God for the clothes you got, and thank God for the house, and thank God for your mother and father. That teach you right not to drink or smoke or nothing. Well, they didn't teach you how to smoke because they smoke and chew tobacco. But you learn after that not to do it because they give you cancer, the smoking and the chewing tobacco.
So let's go back.
Especially the tobacco in the United States, they give you cancer in the mouth.
So let's go back to your mother and your father.
You don't smoke, do you?
Never.
Oh, sure.
Let's go back to your mother and your father.
My mother used...
Who died first? Who died first?
My father died in 71.
Where were you?
My mother died in 75.
You were in Chicago?
I was in Chicago.
How did you find out when your dad died? How did you feel? Did you start crying?
Well,
What happened?
no, I was not crying, nothing. I just took flight to Miami and took another flight to over here, and I got here at night because there was no other flight available then. You had to get a flight in a mail plane.
What?
A mail. Used to have mail in the plane.
Oh.
And stop on Tampa, Florida, and stop on Miami. And Miami got here in San Juan. San Juan took a taxi over here.
So what did he die of? Natural causes? Of
I don't know because he never went to the doctor when he was 90 years old.
No.
He could die from a diabetic or something.
High blood pressure or something.
He could have been diabetic.
Yeah.
My mother too. My mother died 4 years later.
Did you cry for your mother's?
No, I didn't no crying. Didn't show us no crying when somebody died because my mother say, you born crying and you die crying. So don't be afraid of dying because you have to die. You know, live forever.
I remember you told me that you cried when you heard that your mom died.
No, I don't want to cry. I felt like crying, but I felt that my mother worked all those years with no time, no vacation, nothing. The only vacation he had when my little sister took her to the house of this Sapo over there on San Sebastian. And she said, I'm never gonna get out of my house because I went there and they never offered me a cup of coffee.
Oh, really?
That's what she said. I don't know if it was true or not. Because when we went there San Sebastian one time, when we went to the place over there in Camuy to see the holes of the Indians over there, remember? Or you don't remember? It was 5 years ago.
The caves, you mean?
The cave, yeah.
Oh, that was 50.
You was in the caves, right?
That was in 95.
You was a kid.
That was,
Was it 95?
that was 15 years ago.
There was 15 years a kid, you don't remember. They say they take movies out of this place. You go down in the car and the car leaves you there and you walk to the cave and all that. It's a river going down in the Raja, you could hear it. And this water comes from the ceiling. That was Indian cave. And it's still open.
So back to the topic.
They closed that cave now when a woman died over there.
Really?
She fell down somewhere and she got hurt and died. And she closed the place until I don't know what happened to the judge that closed the place for about 5 years. I lost a lot of money because he used to build a new restaurant, new place there and everything. The last time we went there with Astra and you.
So how many places have you been to in the world? Remember we're talking to the army guy that's been all over the place? How about you?
I was in Madrid.
España?
I was in Costa del Sol. I was in Londres. I was in I was
How about in the United States, like the different states?
in United States. I went all over. I went to Canada. I went to Niagara Falls. I went to New York. I went LA. I went to this.
Mexico? You were in Mexico?
No, before I went to Mexico, I went to Texas. I went to Las Vegas.
Oh.
I went to Las Vegas in 1960. Went to Las Vegas. It was only one hotel over there on one street. We couldn't get a room in the hotel. It was full.
Oh, wow.
We had to sleep in the car.
Who's we? You and who?
We went to.
You and Audrey?
We went to Salt River, Salt Lake City. What was that? Utah. We went to Utah and we saw the Salt Lake City. It's all salty now. I don't know how people live in there. That's why over here on Costa del Sol, got hotels over there with the salt around.
Yeah.
You saw the salt
They
over
look
there?
like olas.
I don't know. I think they like the salt. Because I never lived there for free.
They say the salt is good for your
I don't know what it is.
respiration.
But people like that, like the salt. In Salt Lake City. I said, how people live over there when the lake is full of salt? You should have gone there when you went to Texas. It's close to there.
It's far.
We drove Audrey, another Irish girl, to Acapulco. We went 2 months in Mexico over there.
Wow.
We ran out of money in Texas coming back, and a girl, another friend of them, sent us money by telephone.
MoneyGram.
MoneyGram.
Wow.
Then from there we went to this French city that got flooded in.
Oh, New Orleans.
We went to New Orleans, and the place over there we went was music and all that, and the drinks were $5.
Oh, back then it's expensive.
And by then it was real expensive. In 1960s, 160 for like. Because when I lost a car because I gave the new car to Adeline. Adeline sold the car to pay rent. And she sold it for cheap, $900. Brand new car. Was all paid for it too. I didn't give no money for the body, but she got the car.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. Was mad at her or nothing.
You used to
Because
visit.
I went to with Audrey when I was married to her for a year. And I came back over here. I left the note in the mailbox. I said, I'm going home. I went home in the car to Miami, and Miami over here.
Really?
I left Audrey over there in a hotel in Miami.
Really?
With the other girl, yeah. Her name was Kathy. She was a nurse too.
So now all three of your ex-wives have passed away. How do you feel about each one?
Audrey was nice because she used to work on before she now got alcoholic. She was okay. She used to cook, clean the house, and all that.
Uh-huh.
But after that, she got crazy with the liquor. She used to mix the.
You showed her how to drink.
I showed her how to mix it
Uh-huh.
because I learned down in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Mixed drinks. Used to mix drink. When I used to work like a busboy, I used to mix drink for the waiters.
Uh-huh. So you felt sad when you heard that they passed away?
No.
The first one passed away.
No,
right?
because my mother taught us not to feel bad when you die. Because you're going to the sky. If you're good, if you're bad, you're going to hell, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to anybody, not to get burned, you have to go on the ground to get ground again.
Mm-hmm.
Not to burn to get dust or ashes.
Oh, you mean about cremation?
Yeah, cremation, that's bad. All your body gets burned.
So what?
You know, all day they don't burn the people, they bury them.
So you want to be buried when you die?
Yeah. I don't want no cremation. Junior brother wants a cremation.
Uh-huh.
She said, I don't want the cockroaches on top of me. That's why he say, what are the cockroaches? You don't feel nothing, but you feel the burn when you burn in your bones and
You
everything.
don't feel that. You don't feel nothing.
You don't feel anything. You get dust and that's all.
So how old do you want to live to be? What's your...
I want to live to be 100.
Really? That's 20 years from now.
My feet are getting bad.
You still feel healthy or you feel...
I have to run anymore, walk more and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because my brother is still working. And he's 82.
Yeah.
But he's not working now because the doctor told him not to get out of the sun because he got operated from his both eyes.
Demetrio?
No, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny. Yeah, he's
Johnny is operated from both eyes. He can't go now. But he's around here collecting stuff because he got a lot of ground. He bought that ground when he was in New York.
Which ground?
That ground
Behind
after
the
Demetrius' house, and he got a ground on the other side of the river. He got a ground over there by Julia's house, all that stuff down there.
Wow.
And it's full of grass now because he can't do nothing.
Uh-huh.
But once his eyes be okay again, he'll start doing something again. They say, don't take and sleep on the bed in America because that's bad. Because my father died at 90 because he stayed the bed and he stayed on the hammock all day and do nothing. Don't do that.
You have to be constantly
Because
moving.
when he was working all the time, nothing bad was him.
Uh-huh.
But the hammock killed him. You gotta take your body and do exercise. I bent down. I said, Demetrio, look, this is what they teach you in the army. And if he can do that, your back hurt right away because you don't do no exercise. But if you do exercise, you do 1,000 exercise like that every day, you'll be okay. And not only that, you do a week like that. You do a week
No, not
like the, how you call them, the boxers. They jump all the time to get exercise like that. You do that every night before you go to bed. So that your food goes down and everything goes down. And you don't get no heartburn or nothing. Oh.
All right, so we're going. This is part 1.
I told Johnny, look, they taught you in the army how to do those exercises. So you do it in the house. So you keep yourself healthy. Your feet and your stomach. And your head, you have to go down like that. About 100 times.
That doesn't get you dizzy?
And you could hear your bones crack. And when they don't crack anymore, that means they're okay again. And you go like that. You hear the bones crack? When don't crack anymore, you stop doing it. And your head be okay until you're 100. And when you get up in the morning, you do like this about 30 times and that's it. You're okay again.
So you want to live to be 100?
Yeah.
What if you get to the point like your sister that's 94 and she cannot remember anybody?
Because she doesn't do any exercise, she don't clean the house or nothing.
Oh, that's why?
Same thing with your hair. You have to rinse your hair every day, so get the salt out of your hair so your hair won't fall off. Because the salt is the one that pulls your hair out.
Oh, yeah.
I told you, make you a lot of stuff to keep your hair in your head. Because this guy's bald already.
Who?
My nephew.
Oh, Fernando.
Because you could see his sweat in the head all the time. You have to put water and rinse it out every night when you take a shower. So the water is bad for your head. No, it's not bad. It's good because you rinse out your salt from your hair, and that's what they kill your hair, the salt, the sweat. You see these guys that sweat a lot and have no hair. The woman too. She sweat a lot, she loses the hair. Some that don't sweat, it's okay. Don't have to rinse the sweat out, the salt out. That's why the woman, a lot of women got all their hair all the time because they don't sweat. But the men sweat all the time, the head. And you have to do exercise on your head. Not in your body only, your arms too, like the boxers.
Yeah.
They jump. You gotta jump.
Jump rope.
You don't have to have a rope, you just jump.
Yeah. And push-ups.
No, push up.
Okay.
You don't have to do it for half hour. You do it 5-10 minutes. So.
Yeah, true. So you want us...
And when you're walking, you're doing exercise on your stomach and your head too. You go. See the chicken when they walk, they go like that. The chicken walk go like that, and the birds.
And the jirafas too.
And two, yeah, they do the work when they walk. What's the camera? Leave it there. I paint the bottom first.
Oh, so this is where you have to point the antenna then, your antenna.
These antennas will take all the station from someone. Probably come from it's not the work that give me ulcer bleeding ulcer. It's something else. And I tell the doctor, they don't know. They don't know what it is. They say all the tests that come out, they come out, how you call it?
Negative.
Negative. All the tests they come out negative. And we don't even know where you're bleeding from because
They put the tube down your nose.
the x-rays don't show anything. I took that shit to drinking to give me the x-rays and I get full of that shit in my stomach too. It was like paste.
Oh,
You drink that stuff before they took your x-rays.
oh, that's nasty.
I have put the tube down my nose onto my stomach and no blood coming out. And I put a tube to my prick tube. Was a guy that did it. And the doctor cried, do you piss all night? No, you didn't piss all night. Well, she put the tube wrong, so I have to do it again.
You said, oh shit.
That was in Cook County.
Oh, yeah.
She was learning how to do it, she did it wrong. She put the tube where the sperm comes out, not the piss comes out. You got two holes in it.
I know.
And she did it wrong.
So you said, oh shit.
Oh. No wonder that shit hurt. She did it wrong. And she said it had to hurt.
What, you're like,
Maybe not for a
it
penny,
hurts
you
me.
did it like that. In cold blood.
what other story do you have?
And that guy that used to mop the floor there in Cook County Hospital told your mother that I had cancer. How the hell he know I got cancer? Because I didn't have no operation over there. I was in the other hospital. I was operated. They only give me blood transfusions over there. 12 of them.
In a row.
In a row. And the one was shaking, was pushing me the blood inside the vein. The needle, big needle. Because over there where they got this all how you call it, all tubes and everything. They're not to work brand new. But when I went to the doctor, at least at the hospital, that guy had new stuff. I didn't feel anything. And he gave me a shot for the pain.
Oh, that's why.
I say, we didn't find nothing on you. You're okay. Because we took test of everything and you're okay. The test cost me $250. I was a Spanish guy too. So you're not bleeding enough.
So around that time,
So she put that tube through my nose and all I didn't felt nothing.
so around that time you thought you were gonna die or something, or what?
No, I said everything is they didn't find nothing wrong with me, so I'm okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not to worry about it. Now the doctor to operate me.
Uh-huh.
All the found a doctor for the operation. They were going to operate me to see what was wrong.
They're gonna open you up.
Open me up. I said, the doctor said, we can open you up. Because if you need another operation, we can do it.
Oh.
We have to make sure where you're bleeding from, but nothing comes out. God. If nothing comes out, I can't get no Social Security. But I can't go back to work because I don't know when I'm bleeding, I'm driving, I'm bleeding. The only know that I'm bleeding is when I go to washroom.
That's it.
I told that to the judge. He said, you don't have anything. We can give you Social Security money. You have to go to work.
Oh. They thought you were lying.
Thought I was lying or something. I was doing it myself. Bleeding myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could chew your tongue and everything and you bleed and you swallow the blood.
Ah.
I could tell a lot of things that I was lying or something. Because everything came out negative. Was not negative when I needed the blood. That's what I told the judge. And the doctor put in the paper that I was crazy. Yeah. And the judge said, over here said that the doctor that you're crazy. I said, I'm not crazy, I'm just bleeding. I'm bleeding from an ulcer. And I don't know where it comes from. And I don't know what it is.
So they thought you were crazy.
Yeah, a lot of push over here that you're crazy. I'm not crazy.
They said this guy's lying.
Because I used to go to the office over there, he checked me out, he didn't find nothing all the time. I used to go every week.
Really?
Check me out. You're not bleeding nothing, you're crazy. You go back to work, there's nothing wrong with it. I can't go back to work. I fell dead in the doctor's feet. He told me the blood was not going to my head. I could go crazy. Next day they started me on 12 rounds of blood. 12 transfusions. Those transfusions came from, because I read the labels and where the blood came from. I came from old Chicago, over there on North Chicago and all that. We used to go and play dice over there with Dimitri in old Chicago. And Racine, Wisconsin. We used to go all the way around there. I used to sleep over there too. Playing dice on cards. It made you like that. Playing cards and we used to win. Win money playing cards and dice.
Really?
Yeah, I like that. I like to play the numbers. I start selling the numbers to himself. Where he used to work and sell to the niggers. Those niggers that thought he was from the mafia. He's selling lottery numbers. Le pega tres nada más. Once le pega tres in a piece of paper. What number you got? What number you want? You will pick up any number. And they used to have a book and put all those numbers in there. If the number comes out in television, you win. If it doesn't come out on the TV, you don't win nothing, you lost. We can pay you now. We pay you when it comes out on the TV. And that's why he's nervous now, because he hasn't win anything lately. He'll win sometime $5,000, $10,000. When he broke his arm, they gave him $50,000.
He said 15,
15.
not 50.
No, he got more than that.
He said 15.
He didn't build the house in the money he used to work in. Making candy. I used to work nights too.
Really?
Yeah. Used to go at 3 o'clock and come out at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, all that pain I had in my hands that came out with the soap.
Good.
No, pero vete ahí. Ahí no vas a hacer nada.
Déjame te doy la llave.
Ah, sí. Pero después te la lleva. Va a llover hoy, no se vayan tarde. Yo creo que yo voy a tener que apagar ese fuego, porque eso mira cómo va.
Eso va, se va, spread.
No vayan a aparecer los guardias por ahí. Está prohibido que pegar fuego.
Oh, sí.
Sí. Yo iba a dejar eso para la noche. Tú vienes acá por una semana.
Deberías de arreglarte para ir a ver a tu hermana.
No, yo no voy.
Sí, vamos.
Yo voy otro día. Fueron a buscar a Junior.
Ayer estuvimos en Isabela, Junior nos llevó para allá.
Mira todo lo que tengo que yo que hacer aquí. Se trata todo eso, que ella sabe lo que es. Pues te lo dije que la cogiera, ahora viene a decir. Allá, mira, aquí. Mira, aquí. Te vienes de aquí y retratas todo aquello. De aquí. toma, Gordy, el regalo que te mandó tu abuelo. Te va a reír. Le quemó el rancho a Tito. ¿Ella va a ver ese fuego allá?
Sí.
Ah, muchacho. Se va a alegrar que ella lo botaba.
Oh, sí.
Sí, le decía que no estuviera cogiendo la fruta, que son los guineos verdes y las lechosas. Qué bueno que se está quemando bien.
¿Pero le echaste gasolina o qué?
Le eché un poco de eso. Lo que le falta es a ese poco. Se lo regué allá. Yo creía que se iba a apagar.
Oh, yo creo que llegaron los bomberos. Escuché una camioneta
Ahí.
enfrente.
Gordy te va a hacer un regalo porque ella lo botaba. ¡Ay, no! ¡Me estás cogiendo las frutas! Le hice fruta a los niños. Dile a Gordy, aquí te traigo lo que tu abuelo le tumbó a ti. Vete allá, ahí al camino, porque vas a retratar todo eso por ahí para abajo. Para que te lo deja, se lo enseña a Gordy que se va a reír.
¿Dónde está la entrada? ¿Hasta la enfrente de la casa?
Allá. ¿Tú vienes? Para pasar, fui para el cuarto, allá descansé, a las 4 me fui para el servicio. No era con la máquina, no era con el machete, esto lo tengo de 10. El carro se acerca, yo lo pago espacial, yo no cojo el teléfono.
Ya hubiera acabado eso allí, estaba un mes ahí trabajando, no he hecho nada. Eso es tumbar, eso no es trabajo es limpiar.
La máquina no se lo va a limpiar. Dime a Tito que te dé 400 pesos.
Yo no lo vi hoy.
Le voy a meter 4 tiros, le voy a meter.
Oye, Fernando vino, no me fijé.
Yo me asomé ahorita antes de subir y no vi a nadie.
No había nadie, porque Ana dijo que venía hoy.
Es buena comida que te da.
Pero el niño quería comer a la camarones,
Chacho, con el camarones aquí, se le han pelado.
comimos este camarón.
Ya cuando se van en camarones, no se la comida de camarones.
Por eso se estaba encanastando todos los camarones. Sí.
Este comió lechón asado y pollo.
Yo como camarones aquí, yo los como en bolsa. Esos chiquitos.
No, aquellos eran grandes.
Eso yo no como.
Tenía mucha carne.
A 12 pesos la libra.
Él te sirvió 2 platos camarón.
12 pesos la libra. ¿A dónde comieron camarón?
Allá un cartara en Mayagüez.
¿Y cuánto te cobraron?
28 pesos.
Go through it again. One last time. Pues,